First and foremost, let's start out by giving our praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, or Kwakwadosh, double honors to the apostles, elders of Great Millstone, who rule well and teach well, and shalom to your fellow Akim out there pushing the truth and sincerity, and use your body as a living sacrifice, as the scriptures say. I'm Karah from Children of Light, and here's another lesson. And today's lesson is, involves the situation what happened in New York, where they said the spike in crimes, have led to the what is the word I want to use? The the disbursement, however you want to put it, of the National Guard in the public transit areas, mainly the subway, right? And we know how the system is controlled and how it works. The scriptures say that we are to know the king's matter, right? And that's in the book of Daniel, because guess what? New York is the most major city in the United States. So when it pushes a policy, guess what happens to the other subsidiary states, well, the smaller states, smaller major cities, right? They fall in pursuit. It's a thing, such thing is called gradualism, you know. And so now the push is for, and the word I was looking for was to deploy. And now the push is for Chicago to deploy the National Guard into the subways to help with public transportation, because to help the citizens in public transportation because of the increase in violence, right? But the influx in violence has happened because of the migrant crisis, or whatever you want to call it, right? The migrants have crossed over and have been, not to say that Chicago didn't have its fair share of violence before the migrants, but the migrant crisis increased the violence, right? Because when you have 7, 8, 9 million people entering the country, without jobs being provided for them, without food, education, whatever the case may be, the basic essentials to live in life, right? When people are with their backs against the wall, they have no choice but to do it, get it how they live, for lack of a better word. So this is the article I found on CBS. It says union boss calls for National Guard bag checks on Chicago transit system, like in New York, right? And then it also goes back to Heligian dialect, problem, reaction, solution, and these are real things, um, because what is this leading up to? Martial law, you know, Jacob's trouble, right? We are already in Jacob's trouble. So here's problem, reaction, solution. Problem, reaction, solution. A theory postulated by David Icke in which the government, and the word government means mind control. The word govern means to control, and ment means the mind, right? So the control of the mind of the people, of the population. Okay, a theory postulated by David Icke in which the government or another higher power, you know, manipulates the population by introducing a problem, then using their own means to solve that problem, right? And a very popular term that these so-called people use is never let a crisis go to waste, right? We're going to create a situation, the people are going to react, but hey, we already have the solution for you, you know? Because the average American is stupid, especially Jake. Jake is stupid. Chicago, CBS, 2 days after New York Governor Kathy Hochul announced the deployment of National Guard troops to provide security on the New York City subway system, the head of the largest union of Chicago transit workers on Friday called for a similar effect in Chicago. And remember, about 2, 3 years ago, you people were screaming, defund the police, defund the police, right? So this is the cause of your own doing. Now you're begging, please let the military step in, you know? And the military laws are don't deal with your constitution laws, your civil rights, you know? Military laws are um um draconian laws. Curfews in order. They're not gonna rationalize with you and think about your Miranda rights. They're gonna shoot your ass on sight. On Wednesday, Hochul said 750 National Guard troops and 250 New York State and MTA police officers would be deployed in the city's subway system to help NYPD conduct bad checks and keep weapons off trains in response to a recent rise in crime. On Friday, Keith Hill, president of Alma Alma uh, Gat Amalgamated Amalgamated, however, help the brother out. Transit Union 241, which represents Chicago Transit Authority, bus drivers in Chicago said he would welcome Illinois National Guard members to boost security and conduct bag checks on trains and buses. The police got their hands tied with everything that's going on in the city, right? Because you defunded them. A lot of them quit because of you know, they had to get a certain thing done to stay on the force, right? And then all the laws that was passed after the George Floyd incident, right? So none of this is by, coincidence, right? This is to help further the police state, you know. This is gradually getting you prepared for martial law. Police got their hands tied with everything that's going on in the city, so any assistance is more than welcome to make passengers, workers, everybody feel safe if they use the system. It's still the best way around the city, but the only way people are going to realize that is if they feel safe, Hill said. And I wonder for how long you're going to feel safe, you know, or how long this measure is going to take place. You know, this doesn't seem like it's going to be a temporary thing and then it goes away. It seems like it's going to progress, right? You're going to have the National Guards down there as well as police. Then you're going to have drones. You're going to have the robotic dogs. And then I can imagine a person just walking down there that, don't have anything in their bag, but the anxiety, them being nervous and looking suspicious, you know, and now you're going through some crazy pat down, a search or whatever, right? And you just don't want to just turn around and try to go the other way, because you're afraid. Now they're gonna lock your ass up. You look suspicious. Then let's not forget about, being stereotyped and all type of shit, right? So this is gonna uh be a nerve wracking thing more as a safety thing, you know. But the difference is you're not gonna have any fucking rights because you're dealing with the military, man. Point blank, period. Hill said the National Guard would bring additional security presence on top of CPD mass transit officers and private security guards and help deter crime on the city's mass transit system. Ask about concerns that bad checks could increase commute times. when riders are already complaining about insufficient bus and train service, Hill said, what's 2 minutes of having somebody's bag checked? And that's bullshit, right? Because how many people bags are getting checked, and let's say there's a line, you know? Let's say you're already running a little late. Well, let's say your train is 5 minutes behind, right? This is going to create a bigger problem than a solution. You're arriving at your destination safely. The bag checks are more than welcome because we know for a fact on the bus, people get on with weapons. They have left their weapons on the bus. While asleep, weapons fall out. So a bag check is more than welcome to me. If it makes a person feel safe, it is ensuring that the passenger can get from A to B. We welcome it, Hill said. So what happens like when a woman carries pepper spray in her bag or a pocket knife? Because when she gets off of the public transportation, she still has a distance to go to her destination. Or she don't live in a suitable neighborhood, right? Let's say a comfortable neighborhood. So she carry her a little pocket knife, right? So where's her protection once he or she gets off of the public transportation, right? And I'm not advocating for violence or crime, but I'm advocating for a person that don't quite feel safe transiting from um, their home to the public transportation, you know, or from their work or business or gathering or concert to the public transportation. Because a lot of crimes are happening with people just walking up and down the street. You got people jumping out, pulling out weapons on people, robbing them, you know, trying to snatch your AirPods um, or a phone or laptop, whatever, from you while you waiting at the bus stop. You know, so this does not solve the problem, right? It furthermore creates a bigger problem. But hey, you know, this is what the people want. And it also takes away from your rights. You have no rights. You know, it's gonna be like the movie Elysium with the robot searching everybody before they got their ass on the bus. I believe one of them choked out Matt Damon. You know, if you haven't seen that movie, check it out. You're arriving at the destination safely. The bad checks are more than welcome because we know for a fact on the bus. I read that. All right, let's jump down. Ensuring that the passengers can get from A to B, we welcome it, Hill said. Hill said if Mayor Brandon Johnson and Governor J.B. Pritzker want Chicago to have the world-class public transit system the city deserves, they need to take accountability for some type of presence and bring a sense of safety to the system. And to make it a world-class system, you know, for the city, then we know what the accountability that they need to really take is helping these people out, these Jakes out, you know, these people that's living in poverty here, just like they're helping the migrants out. That would help a better functioning society, right? Not more military measure. But see, that's the point, because they're ushering you into the martial law, into Jacob's trouble. They don't give a it's not about people's safety. It's about infringing on your rights because you will have nothing and be happy, right? This is about total control. So with that, that's all I'm gonna read on that. I want to say shalom. Until next time.